I'll record. So yes, so if you work out how to turn your screen on, otherwise the grey screen for anyone watching is Marcus and Tessa.
I don't know how to, but Marcus is going to get his computer.
I'm going to bring the other computer and see.
Okay, see whether we can get a picture of Marcus.
So I'll probably be off screen.
I have just been, so I'm just finishing off writing everything for the May members Clubhouse module, and it's on Art Nouveau. And I was thinking about you two because I was like writing about Gustav Klimt and his use of gold. Yeah, and I was like, oh, this makes me think about Tessa and her faces, and they've always got a little touch of gold on them.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So yes, so have a look. It'll be that will reveal itself on Sunday the 1st. But I just was going in and doing a little kind of housekeeping and checking it all, making sure.
Is that the one Tessa sends out? Sorry, not Tessa.
Tanya.
Tanya. Sorry.
Yes. So all of our newsletters have been redone by Chris. They're very beautiful now. The one you're going to get this week is in the old format, Tanya's old format, just because she'd already done everything before. And I was like, yeah, just send it out. Don't make double your work. But the monthly one will be in the new format. So we have been working on our marketing and also making it very user friendly and very visually appealing. And so, yeah, this, I'll let Marcus in. The first members one you're going to get, which you'll get on Saturday morning as normal, will be in the old format, but from next week it'll be in the new format. And then the monthly one, you might have to turn sound off on one of yours, Tessa, Marcus. Otherwise we're gonna. Ooh.
I've got my computer off. Hang on.
That's worse.
I'm going to turn mine off.
Good idea. Yeah, it didn't like that. That was not good. Yes, so the one that you're getting on Saturday will be in the old format, but will come in the new format. And then the monthly one that you'll get on Sunday will be in the new format. So you can see how you can compare and see how we've changed them to make them easier to navigate, more visually appealing, which is obviously all to do with marketing.
And did we normally get these once a month?
Yes.
We do. I must have not realized that.
Yeah, so you get a monthly one, which is like an overview of the month, and it will give you things to apply for and such like, and different stuff. And then you get your weekly one, which is prompting you to go and look at what's happening that week. So like you would have got the link for this in the weekly one last week.
Yes, that's where I found it. Yep.
Yeah,
it was. Yep.
Yeah, so we've just been doing a bit of that, and we've also we've made some changes to the website, the artist page, for you to help with marketing as well. So on the artist tab on the website, if you click on the artist tab, you now get a drop down and it says about, and that's really for people coming in and wanting to look at which artists we have. And then underneath is artists, and on that page there is a lovely picture of all of your lovely faces, so that when people arrive, instead of just seeing tabs saying the different mediums, which is how it was before, now there is a picture of all of you, so people can start to get to know you, familiarity, and become comfortable with you, because marketing is about growing relationships and building relationships with people, and the very first thing that people want to do is see your face, to know that you are a human being. And you'll be able to share that page yourself, and then obviously, as you know, it clicks through into you can click through into the shop as well, and you've got your work for sale in the shop. So all of those things there are available for you to use as marketing tools in your newsletters, on your social media.
That's working.
And
I'm looking now, but it doesn't come up straight away. I've gone through about 4 tabs to get there.
So what are you doing? So if you go on to, so I'm
Pure
going to,
Arts,
hang on, let me, so
the
I'm going to,
website.
I'm going to do a share screen. Hang on a
Oh,
second.
okay,
Shows,
So I
yeah.
can show you.
right.
I've just got to get it up first. No, right, so let me do a share screen so I can show you. Close all the other millions of tabs I have open, so you're not bombarded. Right, share screen, here we go. So, share screen. So, here we go. So on the art, so if you hover over artists here, you can see it's now got a drop down that says about and then artists. So if you click on about, that says discover artwork by our exciting, emerging and established professional artists, or visit our gallery or buy online. And then we'll feature, this is a video of one of our exhibitions. Explore, and that takes you to the shop. And then some photographs of our various exhibitions, etc. And this is really targeted, this page is really targeted towards buyers. So it's encouraging them to contact us if they want to view work. And we have a pure collector's guide. So when people arrive on that page, it's really targeted towards buyers. And they can see the film there. When you click on the artist tab and scroll down, now this is all about our artists. So we've got our featured artist, and then we've got all of your lovely faces, as you see, as you scroll down.
How many members have you got, Leslie?
I think we're up to about 95 now.
Brilliant.
So it's in alphabetical order by first name. So if we're looking for Elaine, she's going to be here. Elaine. Then we click on Elaine and it goes through to Elaine.
Right, I've got better pictures than that one, but
So if you send a very much better picture than that one to Chris, he will change it for you.
yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's what we have been working on, making sure that
Yeah, it's very good.
we're optimizing the marketing opportunities for you by by showing you how to present yourself, and you have to have images of your face, and especially on social media where the algorithms are optimized to faces, you'll get much more engagement and reach if you use pictures with your face in it. So say you did a stack on Instagram of images of your artwork, put a picture of yourself first. So that's the thing that appears on your grid, and then the images of your artwork afterwards, because Instagram is optimized to faces.
That's good to know.
And that's why reels, videos of you, a face that it can recognize as a human being, will get better engagement and reach. And then it's all about what you put in the copy. So when you put in your little bit of copy on Instagram, whatever it is you're talking about, make sure you make it a question so people can answer you and engage with you, because again, that will help the reach.
Right engagement.
Yeah.
But they don't always, do they?
They don't always.
Well,
No.
they do sometimes, which is nice.
Yes. So there's some little tricks that you can try if you've posted something up and no one has responded. Is a few days later, go back in and make a comment yourself. Again, make a comment yourself that is engaging, so that you're asking a question that's encouraging people to reply to you. Post, share your post into your stories. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
So you
What's the difference between stories and highlights?
right. So you save information into highlights. They're the little circles. So you save things into highlights. So say we're posting things about this current exhibition in the making. We post things on stories and then we save it into a highlight, because obviously a story disappears after 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
If you save it into your highlights, then it stays.
And it then get moved on. I see in your highlight, I'm looking at Pure Arts Group. In your highlights, you've got the In the Making exhibition.
Exactly. So things we've shared in stories.
Actually, I can add it to my story.
You can
What?
add it to your
What?
story.
It's
So
gone.
oh,
I'm told as well that if you send it as a direct message, that also ups the circulation. So I quite often just send them to my husband or somebody else I know who knows to ignore it. But
this is a really good way of actually,
circulated.
so you've actually highlighted something that is a really good way of collaborating with other artists.
So the Ginger Cactus art group, we've got a defunct place where we all send images, and it is purely to help circulation.
But
So
the problem is that the algorithm's quite smart, and I'm going to stop sharing that now. The algorithm's quite
Thank
smart,
you,
and
that
it will work that out quite quickly, that
Yeah.
things are happening that shouldn't be. Sorry, I'm being brought food. It's always good.
Whoa.
Oh, but the dog's also spotted.
Cheers. I got my tea here.
Yeah. So, as I say, the algorithm will spot that, and eventually. But what is always best to do, because it's good energy, is actually to do it properly. So, yes, it is good to share it to direct messages, but only do it genuinely to either people who are genuinely going to be interested. But also, as I say, it's a really good way of forming a collaboration with other artists. You could say, okay, for the month of May, can we form a collaboration, like 6 artists, where we share each other's work into our stories, we direct message it to each other, and we engage on each other's posts. Now that is good energy.
Yeah, that's great.
We could do that with the In the Making exhibition. We're going to see each other on Sunday. Well, I assume
Good.
those of us,
Yes.
if
I
who
think quite a
can't
few
get there,
people of the artists are coming, so that would be a really good thing to do. Is
talk about it. I mean, I'd almost rather ask people face to face, would you mind doing this if you think it's a good idea? Because
Okay, Fran, I'll ask you face to face now.
yes, if we could see you,
Yes,
Tessa.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
no,
No
I
face.
mean,
We still haven't managed to get the camera working. Really sorry about that. I tried my computer and the sound was so quiet that we went back to Tessa, but I couldn't get the camera.
We can't get our
The
cameras
camera is
working for some
working,
reason. Yeah.
but it didn't.
sometimes if you turn off, what did I used to do? I think I went away and came back again. Didn't it work?
Well, we've done that.
Yeah, it's a pain, isn't it?
It's just a pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Next
are
time.
here. We are
Next
here.
time,
So
Yeah.
anyway, how about we do that then? Now that we're hearing from
Yes.
Leslie, maybe we can do that and share each other's stuff.
But
So
I think we need
I'm
to
fine with
agree
that.
on who's going to be in which group, because it's, I don't know. I mean,
Is it not possible to just send it directly to a person, another artist? Does it have to be a
Yes,
group?
yes, no, you can.
No,
So
you
what
just
you can
send it.
do is you 3. So this is it. You 3, Tessa, Marcus. So it's 4 of you actually. Tessa, Marcus, Elaine, and Fran. Form a group right now
Yeah.
Yeah.
and say, for May, we're going to share each other's posts to our stories. So that's just clicking on the little arrow. Do you want me to hang on a minute?
share it to a story. Yeah.
Let me get it
Yeah.
up. Let me get the Instagram up, and
Yeah.
then I can again I can again literally demonstrate, can't I? Which is so much easier than doing little gesticulations.
And our gesticulations don't help at all.
Yours aren't helping anyone. So here we go. So you click on this little arrow here. See where my finger is?
Yes,
Click
that
on
one.
that. And you can then, so you're in a little group together, so you can, because this isn't my post,
Yeah,
I can share it to Fran and I could share it to Mark, Austin, etc. So
yeah.
that when it's your own post, you
Is
will
that
be able
not
to
your
share
post?
that to your stories.
Right.
Okay, so when you click on that yourself, when it's your own post, you'll be able to share it to your stories. And let me go on to Pure Arts Group. See,
Yeah, let's do it.
I was doing research today, so I went to Birchwood. So as you can see, I obviously had to have some lunch while I was there just to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so I've shared that to our stories today. So yes, that's the little arrow to share to stories. So you want to share each other's work to each other. So
Yeah.
you're going to click on the little arrow and you're going to, so if I
Share to
click that
story.
and did that, I would be sharing that to Fran.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Can you add more people? than
yes,
one?
and then
Yeah.
I could share it to Mark. So you can literally go through and share it to as many people as you want. So you're going to share it to each other. You're going to click on the comment and you're going to make a comment. And you're going to tag someone in your comment. So there's 4 of you in your group. So pick another artist in the making, like Edith. And you're going to say, this is amazing. I really love it. I saw it on Sunday. I love the color or whatever, something genuine that you feel.
Mhm.
At Edith, so it tags her. Did you see it? What did you think? Now we've got a bit of an engagement going here because you've tagged another artist and asked them a question. So you can
Just
do that
let's
to
do.
each other.
Can you stop them a minute? Because
Mhm.
if you are doing a post, as I did today, about the exhibition we visited yesterday,
Mhm.
once I'd finished selecting my photographs and done my what I was going to write with the post,
Mhm.
it then gave me the opportunity to tag someone in addition, but you don't see their name. Sorry, you tag them in the photos, so they
Yes.
get notified, but no one sees their name written down. They're just notified. So
That's
in the
right.
comments, you're talking about actually writing at Edith Barton, so that's seen in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
slightly different. It's the same.
Same
name,
principle.
Yeah, yeah.
Same principle, but I'm saying put it in the comments and you want to be talking to each other. So you're going to be like, so say this was a post by Marcus. You, Fran, would go into the Marcus post and you'll say, Marcus, I love this. Write something about the post, about what it is he's shared with you. And then you say, at Elaine Almond, did you see it? What did you think? So
Yeah.
you're then encouraging her to comment.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I just sent the 3 of you a post
Oh,
while
on
Leslie was
Instagram?
talking
There,
On Instagram.
on Instagram.
so there's my phone.
there you go. So
Somewhere here. You
Can't
see.
keep up.
what you're planning to do is to be constantly engaging in each other's posts and tagging each other in that engagement.
I didn't do that, but I would next time.
Yeah. So
I can't see it yet. What did you do?
I
what
just forwarded the last post I made
to
to
you
you. I just sent the last post to you.
might be in messages.
Yeah, it'd be in messages.
Yes, it come as a message. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it'll
it'll
come as a
as-
message.
Are you talking about on Instagram?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
No, I don't have anything.
I haven't got it. No.
messages don't come up unless you look for them. That's what I learned a while back. So
Oh,
if you're in
You can go back to
if you're in Instagram and you're clicked on your section and the little house at the bottom left, any messages will show up as a number on the arrow in the top right corner.
Yeah.
Well,
It didn't do it
no,
for
I
Tessa.
don't have them.
Hasn't done that.
Oh, there, request.
Aha, one request.
It might be in requests because
yes, I just got it. Share the
Yeah.
post.
So you can accept it now.
you have
Yeah.
primary, general and requests. And if it's the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time you've got something from Elaine, it'll probably be in requests.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and I just accepted that, and
and
Tessa
you
just did that.
accept and then you can open
I'm
it.
sorry, I haven't got it. I can't understand what I'm doing wrong.
Well, you know where the little house is at the bottom
Yep,
of the
I'm
screen?
in the little house. Yep,
Then if
And
you
then-
look to the top right corner and there's an arrow
yep.
and it should have some sort of number or dot on that.
It says Pure Arts Group I
Yes.
mentioned them.
No, it should, yeah. And then you click on the arrow and then you'll see a request.
No, I haven't got any request. Sorry. Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Shut up a minute. Sorry.
She's found it.
You found it.
Yes, I found request. I'm not sure. Well, because you've told me, I will have a look. But these other people, I have no idea who these other people are who are requesting me to respond, and I'm not going to respond to them.
No,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
that,
got it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm going to
if you
accept-
don't know who they are, you
hang
delete
on,
them.
I've accepted it. And where do I move the message to? Primary, general,
Primary.
Whichever.
primary. Right. Okay. Move to primary. Right.
Because now when Elaine does that, or Marcus or Tessa, so when Marcus and Tessa send you
Oh,
one,
that's
they-
nice. Is that's lovely. So can I just reply by message?
you can now click on it and share it to your stories.
Mm.
Ah,
Say I know. Oh, you're doing that's a day too. That's something different. But I'm sorry. I could just put it in stories. Why would I put it in my stories? Sorry.
Because we're trying to
promote
build
each other.
engagement. Because we're building
But
engagement.
it's not about me though. The story.
That's
No, but
fine.
if you send me a message, Fran, I will do the same. That's the
How
point.
do I've forgotten how I put it in my stories?
Click on it and it will say add to your story.
and then there's a little arrow and you click on the little arrow, right?
Yeah.
Add post to your stories. I'll
Stories.
try
That's the
that.
one. Yeah.
So
But
I'm
then
going
I could actually write something about this.
you
then.
could put
You
a
could.
you could put a you can do an at Elaine Almond, so other people. I'm going to explain to you why you're going to do this in a minute once you've done it.
I've got to go and do the supper in a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly explain why you would post something from somebody else in your stories.
Yeah. And what do you write? Because there's the
I
option
put
of
at
writing
Elaine
something.
Almond.
At Elaine Almond, and then you could do a hashtag. So click on that little box again and pick up a hashtag,
Hashtag, yeah.
and then you could put buy real art from real artists or follow real artists.
By real.
It's a hashtag already by real art. So you'll
Yeah,
find
buy
it.
real art should pop up.
I could do both actually. But
Mm.
anyway. By
So
real.
the
art.
reason you're going to do this is because everyone who follows you will now see Elaine's work and Elaine's name. And everyone who follows Elaine, when you send her something back, everyone
see
who
yours.
follows Elaine will see yours. So you've just doubled your audience.
I've just added. I think I've added it to my story.
Perfect. Well done.
I think
And
Yeah,
always
I've
use
got to work that one
use
out.
I've
hashtags. But
forgotten
this
how
is-
to go to my stories.
That's the little circle top left when you're on the main page.
I just have to get back. I've got to get back all the way back to my.
Yes, you
If
have.
you
I didn't click it.
click
Well,
on
I've
that.
got two stories now. I've got the in the
Yeah.
middle and I've got Elaine.
Yeah.
Whoa, I've done it,
Yeah,
Elaine.
look, you did it. Yes.
Am I going to see you on Sunday?
Yes,
Yes.
I'll be there. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go and do the supper now. So thank
Okay, so I'll see you on. But the
Lovely
reason
to
you're
see you,
doing,
lovely to
Fran.
see you.
Fran,
Yeah.
the reason you're
Bye-bye.
doing this
Bye.
in a, the reason you're doing this in a group, Fran,
Yes,
is so that you all rise each other up together.
Yeah.
perfect. Thank
See
you.
you on
Excellent.
Sunday.
As they say, a rising tide floats all boats.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, great.
I don't know what you said, but I'm going now. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, that was
Wonderful.
hilarious. So it's quite a simple thing,
Yeah, but it makes good sense.
but it makes good sense. If you're doing something with other people, like you all are, you're all in a group together, you know, pure artists, pure members, but then you're in exhibitions together,
Yeah.
you get lots more eyes on your work and lots
Yeah.
more eyes on you if you all share
Yeah.
and support each other, and then it's genuine. It's
Exactly.
really genuine stuff.
Yeah.
You're sharing, you're saying genuine comments, and the more you can get in your group, so you've got four of you in your group now. On
Yeah.
Sunday, if you can gather a few more into your group, like 6 is quite a good number, because then
Mhm.
you've got like 6
So-
different Instagrams that you're sharing across. You're only doing yours, remember, and atting these people, and you're going in to these 6
Someone is going to eat your dinner any moment behind you.
behind you, as they say. He can smell my dinner. He's like,
Yeah.
that looks
I
tasty.
know you put it there, so
You're a sneaky one, aren't you? Yeah, he's always got his eye on the prize. So I think that's a really great way of building engagement and getting, not only building engagement with your existing followers, because that will help the algorithm show your things to more people, but it will also genuinely get other genuine eyes on your work. And who knows, you know, someone in Marcus's following might love what Elaine does, or
exactly, yeah.
Fran's might, you know, love what Marcus's does,
Yeah.
and never even knew you existed before.
Yeah. And I
That,
just
my
saw
friends,
Elaine
is
on my story.
marketing.
I managed to do that. So
Well,
that's
I'm going to work out on that, Elaine. But
Yeah.
it helps that I really like your work, Elaine.
yeah,
Oh, thank
exactly.
you.
Yeah, exactly. It does
Thank
help.
you.
And Fran
It
also has
does.
lovely stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does help it, but that's the thing with energy, isn't it? We all know that it has to be genuine. You can't go in
Yes.
and say ingenuous, oh, I love this, when you're lying.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You'll actually defeat the object. So, but I think, you know, we're pretty good with the fact that all of the artists that we have in Pure are all professional artists. So, you know, you're at a good level. But it is good to pick artists that whose work you like and, you know, you're genuinely sharing. But this is something I'd always encourage you to do, not just when you're doing exhibitions with Pure, but whenever you're doing anything, look for the extension opportunities for
Mm.
every one of these things. Like, so you're doing the Rutum event.
Yeah, yeah,
You
next
could
week.
do something similar to this with a group of people from the Rutum
Mm.
group as well, because that's an extension. And you're extending the opportunity that you have with that event.
Yeah, I tagged them yesterday because they put out a really old, you know, we haven't had one for 3 years and it's normally every other year. And they put out a really old photo. So from about 8 years ago, and they've changed the stands and everything. So I put out one with the new stands on yesterday and tagged them because it's crazy putting out a really old fashioned one that looks like some amateur tat, really.
Yes, that's not helpful.
Not
You don't
helpful.
really need, you don't need that, but taking every opportunity and looking for the stretch
Yeah.
is marketing.
What I mean, I've found that my Instagram is growing, but Facebook is very static. I don't know why
Facebook-
that is.
Facebook is now optimized for paid ads. So you need Facebook
Nothing moves without paid ads.
if you want to use paid advertising on Instagram, because obviously Instagram and Facebook are the same thing.
Yeah, I've done some in the past. I haven't done any recently, probably since Christmas. I haven't
You
done
have
any.
to be strategic when you do paid advertising. You don't do boost posts. Never,
No, I
never
know that.
boost anything.
No, I do know that one. Yeah.
But paid advertising, you have, if you want to do paid advertising on social media, you need a Facebook page.
Yeah, I got all that.
And if you're going to do paid advertising on social media, you need to do it strategically. You need to know what it is you're trying to get from it. And you
Yeah.
have to have the whole funnel ready
Yeah.
for that. So there's no point just chucking, 20 quid in and throwing it against the wall. You have to know, you have to be really clinical about what you're advertising and where the funnel is taking people.
Yeah.
So that's
The la- the
that's why
last-
you have Facebook.
The last one I did, they wasn't very well circulated because of this whole thing with iPads and them people being able to opt out.
Mm.
So I don't really know how to get round that. So I haven't done another one.
It's about
Until I
how
really
it's
find
about
that-
picking your audience. So it's
Yeah.
about which audience you pick, because there's a big part of the population that use iPads and there's a big part of the population that don't. It's
Yeah.
very much the older generation. Please, anyone listening to this, don't be offended. It's just a fact. That use iPads, and the younger
No, I don't.
I know,
Nor
but
do we.
Not
So
really.
we're young, aren't we?
I mean,
Can't
actually,
I can't
really,
afford one for a start.
Elaine, I mean, elderly.
They
You know,
use iPads.
80s, in their 80s, a lot of the very elderly use iPads. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
so
No.
it's big in that, like, you know, 75 plus generation, and the younger ones tend to use fixed desktops and their mobile phones.
Yeah.
And the reason they use fixed desktops, go on, ask me, go on.
Tongue twister.
Why? Why?
Because
Why?
they're all into gaming, aren't they?
Oh, right. Of
And
And
course,
they use desktops for gaming.
Mm.
So
So they don't-
desktops and Android, or
No,
Or-
yeah, desktops and then their mobile phones. Yeah, so
depending what they are.
yeah,
Anything.
Apples, or, you know,
Mm.
Apple or Android. And a lot of them are going back to Android with their phones, the younger ones. And then in the mid generation like us, it's mainly laptops.
Oh, you
Yeah.
are kind.
I don't think, by your definition, I'm not in that group.
You are mid range. We're in the mid range. We are. So that's mainly
Leslie, I'll
laptops.
give you a lot of years. I'm not mid-range.
Look, who the World Health Organization have recategorized age, and you're not
yeah.
actually categorized as middle-aged. Now, when was it? I think middle age starts at 65 now, and
Until
old
where?
That's
old
crazy.
starts at 85.
Oh, well, I'm all right then.
So
Yes.
yeah, I'm taking it.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
young.
You're young then.
I'm
Yes.
still a youngster. I've got plenty of
Wonderful.
time.
Oh, good. I'm only middle-aged.
You're right. Yeah, so 65. You're not middle-aged until you're 65, and then
Yes, you're
you stay middle-aged until you're 85, Tessa. It's fine.
Wonderful. I love it.
And then you're not old, categorized as old, until 85, which my mum absolutely is like loves, because she's 84. She's like, I'm still middle-aged. It's great.
What are you talking about?
Great.
So yeah, so marketing is a mindset, like everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it is very much not just like make an advert, put it out in a magazine, or, you know, have a social media following. That's not it. You know, marketing is very much, every time you do something, think about how you can stretch it, how you can extend it, how you can make more relationships.
Who might be interested in it? And so on
Who
and so
might be
forth.
interested? Exactly. So stretch it. It's like, look at it like an elastic band every time, and
Mm.
just think, I'm sure I can pull this. I'm sure there's more in this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then think of someone in Germany, someone in Ireland, someone
Exactly.
in England, someone in America, if you can,
Mm.
you know.
And
Try and-
share it about, and
Yeah.
do
Mm.
it reciprocally.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's, as I say, that's really good energy when you're
Mm.
genuinely sharing and supporting each other. So
Yeah.
collaborate. I love, you know, I'm a massive fan of collaboration.
And do you have to sort of, I suppose you could just share someone else's work in your story and sort of let that develop naturally, or do you sort of
Mm.
agree with people sort of, I'll share yours and you share mine, or
Both, Marcus.
Mm.
Because I love sharing. If I see something I like, I'll comment on it. I'll share
Yeah.
it in our stories. They're not always pure members.
Mm.
Just
Sure.
I think, you know, if I love it, I'm going to share it.
Mm.
I've never ever used my story. I've only ever done the normal.
Why use
Insta.
stories at all? Because they, like you said, they disappear after
Yeah, what's the
24
point?
hours.
So Instagram loves you for using stories because it's
I
really
use
engaging.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really engaging. So you must always share every post. You must always share to your stories.
Oh, every post.
Every post share
I
to your
don't
stories.
share every post, but I do every few. I share one.
So try and share every post to your stories.
So it's like
'cause
news, isn't it? It's like
like
news.
news. It's like latest news.
Yeah,
And
and I
then-
see sometimes people do that, and they have sort of, you know, zillions of little bits on the top where it's sort of one after the other. How many of these can you do? Because they're obviously going after a day.
You can do thousands, but you don't want to, because obviously if you've got loads in there, people will be like, they'll just switch
People-
off and they won't look at
Yeah.
them and they'll just tap through them.
Yeah.
So if you have like 3 or 4, that's quite good. But what you want to
In the
do is
24
also
hours.
use, sorry,
That's in the 24 hours, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
would be-
Okay.
and what you want to use as well is all the like trending emojis and stuff. So on your wall, you keep it all super lovely and slick and it all looks amazing.
Mhm.
In your stories, you can have some fun. You can, because it's only there for 24 hours, it's transient.
Yeah.
So you can add the trending emojis. I put the elephant one in the other day.
What does
And
it mean? Because I don't know any of the trending ones.
We have a private meeting for elephant. We won't talk about that.
But some of the symbols aren't in the basic emoji list. So where do you get the extra ones? Because the fun ones are not all there. There's some very stupid ones in there.
so if you can search for them. So put it in the search bar and search for them.
What does the elephant one mean?
Oh, the elephant one. The
You
little
got us
elephant.
going now.
Because you need to know what they mean, because I might put something out and it's terribly rude for some, you know.
Highly unlikely, don't worry.
Well,
Right,
there
let
are
me-
ones that are, aren't there?
Yeah, yes, but I think it's highly, so we've got a hippo on ours today. Hang on, so I'm going to add the post to the story and then we're going to do this. Now, what they'll tell you is normally they'll tell you what these little things are for. So in here,
Yeah.
today, there is a little one that's got a peace symbol in the middle and then it's the Ukraine colours. Now, it doesn't tell you that, but you know that is a
Yeah.
peace in Ukraine symbol.
Yeah.
of course.
Again, there's a heart that's peace in Ukraine. Some of them, there's a Frida Kahlo one. There's like a little funny emoji one. There's one with people, family. You know, a lot of them have been made by people. The little elephant one's got a world on his trunk. So it's going to be about, you know, again, it's going to be about peace and sustainability. That's generally what these little emojis are about.
All right.
They're about trending conversations.
Okay.
And so
Where are they? I didn't see where they are.
So when you go to post you're going to post into stories and then you click
Yeah.
on the little emoji face where you'd find your @ symbol and if you scroll down, there they are. I don't know if you
Okay.
can see them. So there you go. So I've popped that into our stories and then this little symbol in the middle, which looks like the emoji, I've brought that up and then I'm going to scroll up and as I
Okay.
scroll up, you see all the little,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Okie doke.
But in the top bar here, you've got search. So you could put in there, trending, and then I put in
Okay.
trending, and now I've got a load more symbols come up. They're all
Yeah.
the trending symbols. I've
Okay.
got
I've got the
sleep all
two.
day, friends, stop, all sorts of stuff. So use
Oh,
those
I got it.
symbols.
That's really useful. That is. I didn't know to do that. Right.
And so using those also kind of encourages the Insta spiders to sort of get going, right?
Exactly. There's one on here today with Friday. So if you post your thing and you should put the Friday one on, again, the little Insta spiders going, oh, that's a Friday one. I'll show that to a few more people because it's
Okay.
relevant. So I could put on here, I put on here at Will Taylor and it's Will Taylor's day today. You're all getting a day. Caitlin's going through everyone eventually. Everyone's getting their day, their little moment in the sun.
Friday, there's no results. I just got
No results. So don't, on a
no
hashtag,
results for Friday.
that would be a hashtag.
Yeah.
So what am I going to put on here? This is an etching. Put that in etching. And then I'm going to put him on a little emoji.
Oh, I got an elephant up. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the elephant. So Friday.
Etching.
And I'm going to post this to our story. So if you now go and look at the pure stories, I've just put that in there.
Okay.
And then so Will be notified because I tagged him. Then what he should then do is then obviously repost it onto his stories and tag somebody else. And then they'll be notified. And that's how it becomes a tagging chain.
Right.
Got
right.
you.
Okay.
All right.
And yes, anything that you put on stories, someone else can put in their story, right?
Yes, they can. They can share it into their
Mhm.
stories. Yeah. And if you only put it in stories, so sometimes I share photos like today, the Birchwood ones, I've only put those into stories because I don't want them appearing on my wall. So
Right.
they're where you put things in your stories that you don't want on your wall.
It's just a
could-
conversation, a current
Exactly.
conversation.
I can then save them into a highlight and then they're not lost.
All right. And the highlights is just what you can see. It's not someone else can see
No,
it.
you can see them. You can see all the highlights. So look, on the
They're
Instagram,
on your page.
they're there.
I know my highlights, but
private-
if I was looking for highlights on Pure, would I see Pure's highlights as well?
Yeah, so there, if you go onto our page, it's very difficult to, can you see all the little dots across
No,
the top?
not really. Not
Okay,
really.
they're the highlights. Wonder if I can,
The dots on the top line.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So hang on a minute, let me go back to here. Profile. Yeah, that's it. Right, okay, I'm gonna do a quick screen share and I'll show you where it is.
It's kind of halfway down the page
Yeah,
on your home
There they are.
page.
there.
With your
Yeah.
name
So
at
do you
the top.
see, this is our
Yeah, we found
Instagram.
them. There we
Yeah.
are.
Got
There
them,
they
yeah.
are all
Row
along.
of circles.
Yeah.
They're
I
the
see them. Yeah.
circles here.
Yeah.
So if I click on in the making circle, yep, there you go. That's all the highlights that were on in the making. So it's going to go through them.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the in the making ones. So
Yeah.
then if I click off of that, click off, and then I click onto that big circle, then you get today's highlights that we've just posted up. So
Yeah.
Okay.
that was me doing my research. That's what we call it. Okay,
Yes,
no
yes,
laughing.
yes.
There you are. So I did hashtag etching, but put the Friday trending emoji in there. So does that all make sense?
Yes. Yes. It
Yes,
does.
yes, very good.
And is that all news to you? You've never done all of
Well,
that
yeah,
before?
I knew about these things, but I don't know why and how often. But I see it now. Yes, it makes sense.
Well, I didn't know most of it.
Mm,
That's great. So that's great. So just do that.
mm.
That's a really
Okay,
good
good.
bit of extension marketing that you can both do, because then you'll build your following and your followers for when you
Yeah.
have your residency.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
good. All right then.
A question, slightly different. It's related to what you mentioned earlier about Facebook. Is there? I mean, I know there are a lot of paid courses of how to use Facebook ads and how to make your funnel. Is there available information that you know of that isn't where you don't have to sort of join something expensive?
There's
No,
a
but-
free video out there by the guy who runs Entrepreneur Circle. Can't remember his name.
Oh yes, I remember.
It's about a 40-minute one on how to do ads on Facebook.
Okay.
So
If-
how
if-
to set up a funnel, I can talk you through.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah, well, I know how to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Tessa did
I
a
did,
lot of
but it-
work on that.
Yeah,
But
maybe an art one is
Oh.
more simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
just
I
want to-
don't know. Setting up a funnel. So setting up a funnel is basically capturing, you want to capture emails
Yeah.
so that you feed them into a holding place where you can do something with them.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you've got to think about what you want your funnel to do. So for instance, like the Pure funnel, as you know,
Yeah.
is that we have the pop-up on the website, which is run through a system called Opt-in Monster. And when people click on that, they receive an email which gives them a free download, access to a video, and encourages them to join the Hungry Artist.
And in return, they give you their email address.
And we've
you
got
know
their
them.
email
And you know they're interested.
and their telephone number. They
Okay.
give us their email and their telephone number, and that's by
Okay.
that Opt-in Monster
Yeah.
click through on the website. Then we send them an email, personal email, saying, do you want a call? If they join the Hungry Artist, they answer a question, which is, what are you struggling with? Which is obviously then we can help them with whatever they're struggling with. And we send them a text saying, what are you struggling with? How can we help you? And from then, At that point, they're either interested and they reply and go, yes, I need help with this. And then you set up a call, or they don't respond. And then you know they're not interested.
Mm.
That's a funnel.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah,
a much
gotcha,
more
yeah.
simple one.
Very, yeah, similar. See, that's what I wanted. I want to understand the principle. There's people who give you all bells and whistles, and you don't understand what the main, active ingredients are.
So you've got to know what you want as your outcome.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
our outcome is we want their email and their telephone number, and we want them to join the Hungry Artist.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what we drive them to do. And by giving them stuff, the free download and the video, we hope that if they are genuinely interested, they will join the Hungry Artist and engage with any of our dialogue when we communicate with them.
Right.
And then obviously then you go on a call with them, and then you say, how can we help you? So that's the funnel. To drive people into the funnel, you would create a Facebook ad. So we'd have a Facebook ad encouraging people, our target audience, ambitious and motivated artists, to go to our website. The minute they go to our website, the pop-up arrives and the whole thing starts to activate.
Mm.
That's a funnel with being driven by a Facebook ad.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. I love the simplicity of that, because
Very easy.
I can retain that.
So
You
we've
know,
got
the funnel that I had to deal with for that butchering
Yeah.
was so complicated.
Yeah.
our funnel's really easy. So we've got Opt-in Monster, MailChimp, Calendly, and then me, you, Marcus,
That's right. Yeah.
and Serena at the moment. So there's a few humans in the funnel,
Yeah.
because you have to have humans, otherwise no one's going to do anything with
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah. And also that's how you serve. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
the thing becomes real. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's a very simple funnel that's really efficient and effective, if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does,
and
yes.
that's marketing.
Yeah.
A funnel is marketing.
Yeah.
So if for an artist you want to sell artwork, thinking about it from your perspective,
Yes.
you want to start building relationships with people. So again, you still need their emails and you still need to have their phone number and be able to send them contacts. So you could set up a pop-up on your website that said, sign up for my newsletter. So you're getting their details. And I will send you 2 free cards of my artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So then you need their address as well. Or you could send them it as a digital file. You could send them a digital file that they download and print themselves. And on that digital file, of course, you will have the artwork image plus your website details, plus your email details, etc., embedded into the download. Because then whoever they print it or send it to gets your details as well.
Yeah.
So you can either do one where you're sending them a physical item, or you can send them a digital product. Then you can drive people to your website where your pop-up is with a Facebook ad, and then you pick an audience. But then once you've got their email and they've had their free download, what is it you want to do with them then? Well, you want to grow a relationship, don't you? So you could send them a private message, or you could send them a text, because you've now got their telephone number, saying, thank you so much for signing up for my email letter. I've got a private view, or I've got a special offer on at the moment where I've got this particular print. I've got 5 left. Do you want one? They're this amount of money. Let me know. Now you've got a fully activated funnel with a sale at as the end destination.
It's the end bit of that I need to do, because I've done Facebook ads. I've got people to sign up, but I've never got any further with it.
You need to follow. Yeah, you see, that's not a funnel. That's just an ad.
That's a dead end.
That's a half a funnel.
That's a bucket with no bottom in it.
What do we call that? That is a used inside of a toilet roll.
Yeah, a toilet core.
Tiny. It's a core. You've got the core of it, but it's not a strategy. So you're not going anywhere.
And the thing that I discovered recently with the MailChimp thing is, with the double opt-ins, so people get to the landing letter, which I've done, and then they don't opt in.
Yeah. So if you do it with a Opt-in Monster or other facility, OptiMonster's great. Even if they don't opt in, you get their email and their telephone number.
But how do you get from that to MailChimp? Or you just
you can't-
enter
you
it
could-
manually?
You can't add them to your MailChimp unless they have double opt-in. Well, you can add them, but they still got a double opt-in. But you
Yeah.
can email them because they have agreed to give you their email once they have subscribed to get the HGV, the whatever it is you're going to give them, the high value gift.
Yeah.
Whatever once they get their high value gift, they're in a contract with you. Now they
Right.
then can say to you, when you email them personally or send them a text personally, don't contact me again. Now you can't contact them again.
Yeah, no problem.
But has never happened to me.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Leslie, going back to when you said, we're having an exhibition and we've got some free things. So if
Mhm.
you come, then you can have this prints or whatever.
Mm.
With Marx's work, as you know, kind of not really so good for prints.
However, you can make something small. You could make something tiny.
Yeah. Sure.
You could make a little tiny version of what you do.
Well, I have
like
something.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
do
a
actually
calling.
have
It's
something.
I
like
have
a
something nice.
calling card.
Yeah, no, he has
You know
one,
what
yeah.
I have? I've swept up the floor of my workshop. Lots of little bits of wood
Colour.
with color and bits in it.
Mm.
Put them in a tiny little jar,
A little glass bottle.
little glass bottle, and put a label on it, and it's saying "not elephant," which means that the story about the carving. Someone says, "Oh, how do you carve these lovely elephants?" And he says, "It's easy. I just cut away all the bits that are not elephant."
Yeah.
So that's the
Not
story,
elephant.
and that's on the label. This is not elephant, but it's
Yeah.
attached. It was removed in order to make the things that I've got,
Yeah. And so you
So-
could put those on cards. You could
Mm.
take a photograph of what would be a great digital asset is you take a picture of the not elephant jar,
Yeah.
you put your details on it, and you make it into a digital file that you send people that they can then
Yeah.
send on to other people. How
That's
lovely
true.
is that?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
good. Well done. Now
And-
that's
and-
just suddenly
and
multiplied.
I am a
Of course.
marketing genius.
You
You
are.
can pay me
Yeah.
many thousands for this later.
Why do you think there's so many people here? Where are they? Where are they? What are they missing out on?
So
Yeah.
Leslie, another thing is, Marx and I, in the past, we've had exhibitions where we have made cards of our work, small cards or postcards and things like that. Not bring them to this next exhibition.
So I have an anathema with cards.
All right.
Cards are great if you're going to use them for marketing. So you put them in places where you're never going to be yourself or your
Right.
artwork. So people who are never going to see your artwork, but you want them to get to know your works as part of the funnel,
Right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
put them there. Gift shops, other places, places where your work is never going to be. So they get to know you.
Yeah.
But if you're having an exhibition, and I have tested this,
Yeah.
if you're having an exhibition and you have all your lovely artwork up there, several thousands of pounds,
Yes.
and you have beautiful cards available,
Oh, I'll just take a card. I won't have to
I'll
buy any
just
cards.
have a card and my
Wow.
buying need has been sated.
Wow.
And I tested this because people would say to me when I was doing the art fair, let us bring cards. I'm like, no. So 1 year, our average sales for say 2012 was £35,000 in 4 days. The next year they were like, cards. I was like, okay, you all bring your cards. And they brought their cards in their thousands. And they sold thousands of cards. How much artwork did we? So the year before, 35,000. How much
Yeah.
artwork did we sell?
Half.
No. Less. Keep going.
Wow. 10,000.
No. Keep
Five.
going.
5,000.
No.
5,000.
Oh,
Wow.
I was like, never bring your cards to me again.
yeah.
No.
Because and they're going, why haven't we sold? Why haven't we sold? I said, because you bought cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, so now I've not made any money. I was prepared to take the risk and prove the point.
Yes.
I've not made any money.
No.
And actually I've lost money because I've had to do all the flipping processing of your £2.50s.
Yeah.
The next year, no cards, straight back up to, I think we were up to about 45 the following year. Straight back up.
Good knowledge. That's
How are
good
things
knowledge.
nowadays since lockdown and everything?
It ebbs and flows at the moment. So we had a really, really good year. Then we had a good year. And then this year has been slow. But I've been around this block for 25 years. Some people will sell everything. Someone else will sell nothing. It just is. It's a numbers game, guys.
Right.
It's a numbers game. The more places you are, the more effort you put into your marketing, the more eyes you get on your work, the more likely you'll sell it.
Well, we're doing our best. We've got this art fair coming up, first Saturday of the next month.
I have do you know what? I know I said to you, I hate those people and don't do it.
Oh no, another one. We're doing another one in Farnham.
Well, we're in there anyway. We're going to do
I
it.
have do you know what? I have a really good feeling about it. I don't know why, but I've got a really good feeling about it.
Oh, good. Because we thought it was okay.
Well,
yeah. Every other person who's done it has had a terrible time, but I just have a really good feeling about it. So I'm hopeful.
Actually,
Okay, great.
it's
Thank
interesting
you.
because after I listened to you, I thought, no, I respect Leslie's experience, but I think, well, one, we're already enrolled, so we're not going to pull out. And two, I think there was a reason. I felt there was a good reason for us to connect with it. And it's just, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. As I said to you, just go for it and do the best you can with it.
So anyway, we've got 2 of these art fairs before our show in July.
But we have taken the best work and made sure. Is that your dessert coming now, is it?
Tea. He's very upset that I haven't eaten the food yet, but I can't eat while I'm talking to you, so it's very tricky.
Oh dear.
I've eaten a bit of it.
Can I just clarify? When you said cards, my mind, I went to postcards, the sort that you put out with the show
not
details on the back.
postcards.
But you're talking about greeting cards.
Greetings cards, yeah.
I just spent now this afternoon labeling a whole pile up for next week. So you're saying don't take them, or put them miles away from where I am.
Put them miles away from where you are, and I'm saying
where you're never going to be here.
Yeah, they need to go in places where you're not, but know your audience. There are some events where people are never going to buy the artwork.
Yeah.
I've got a mixture. I've got some really small stuff, and then I've got 1 or 2 big paintings for the hell of it, to show what I can do, really.
Yes, but if you're in a place where the audience is never going to buy the artwork, then you take your cards. If you're, because then you're just going to exploit every opportunity. But when we've got a proven sales funnel, then don't do it. Wreck it
No.
with cards.
Yeah, that's great. And so I can ask another question which is not related, and that is, when we have our residents, during those days between when we bring the work and when the private viewing is it possible to have our overnight stay during that time?
And
you can have your overnight stay whenever you like.
Yeah,
you can have your overnight stay after your residency if you want to. So it doesn't matter. You can have it whenever you like.
Because we've got some friends who are coming, especially from the other side of England, and they're staying for 3 nights, and so we wanted to stay around at that time too.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll talk to you about scheduling and send you all the details for that.
Yeah.
How many people can we invite to the private viewing?
As many as you like.
Okay, so it used to be 20 only.
Yeah, no,
that's
COVID times. We're past that now.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, okay, well, I'll talk to you about your residency separately. But thank you all very much. I hope you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Leslie. That was great.
I hope you can enjoy your cold dinner.
I'm going to eat my cold dinner now. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
you know about
put it in the
Instagram.
microwave and warm it up.
I don't own a microwave. I live in the dark ages, apparently, according to my children, but I don't own a
They have their uses. I hardly use it, but it has its uses anyway.
We have one in the office, so if I desperately needed it, I could go there. But yeah, so you've learned about Instagram and stories and collaborating and sharing each other and forming a little posse to do it together, and do it for a period of time, for like the whole of May or whatever. And we've talked about funnels. If anyone wants to know more about any of this, who's not here but is watching, then yeah, just drop me
Oh,
an
I
email.
forgot people are watching.
Yeah, other people will be watching this later, Tessa.
Sorry, I was asking other unrelated.
It's fine. All right. Night, everyone.
Bye.
See
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
you
much.
Monday, Elaine.
Bye.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of
Bye
love.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.